What?
What?
Excuse me?
Are we... Is this how we're...
Did you need something?
What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm just making us some drinks. Some nightcaps.
Dude, it's a fucking Tuesday when we're recording this, and you know I'm not drinking anymore.
Yeah, but like, I just thought we could have like some fun drinks. Like, I just want you to enjoy drinking again.
Dude, I'm not drinking alcohol anymore. I've already told you this.
But like these are Jukes.
What the fuck is a juke, dude? It looks like a shooter to me.
Yeah, it's a non-alcoholic drink that you do you not understand? It's non-alcoholic.
Oh.
Well, here you go. I made you one.
All right. Well, if it's not alcohol, then what is it?
Well, the base is actually like out of apple cider vinegar, so it's actually like kind of good for you.
Huh.
I actually made us the Jukes 8 Sunset.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Man, that tastes like fucking summer right there.
Mm-hmm.
All this warm weather has gotten me tempted. You know what? I'm missing patio drinking, and this is like filling that void.
This is gonna add to the patio drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this one I used.
It's actually like really fucking good.
I know. This one is we had watermelon cubes.
Okay.
We had cranberry juice, the Jukes 8, and then we use soda water and a little bit of cubed ice, and I blended it up.
No, because the way I could pound these, like, it's so good and refreshing.
I know. I feel like it like helps your gut health and doesn't give you the hangover the next day.
Yeah. And you still look like you're drinking.
Bye, Jukes. I'm going to say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad. I'm naked. Hold on.
We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
But yeah, anyway, we had this little fun ad read. Jukes reached out to us, and we talk about not drinking and this whole, like, what do we do in this world where it's heavily drinking? And for Emily, it's something that she's kind of challenged with right now.
Yeah, definitely just like also just missing like that active drinking and like having kind of something that tastes similar and isn't super sweet. Me and Kellen have both been like on the search for like a good mocktail.
I love a good mocktail like Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, totally.
Like just like a little nice like fun little drink to sit down and have.
Yeah. But they reached out to us and basically it's a apple cider vinegar concentrate. So you add like a diluted something to it, whether it's water, tonic, soda. So this one had soda water in it, but it made a fun little cocktail. But they also have like ones that are more similar to wine.
Yeah, so we actually have them up on our shelf right now. So for the audio listeners, they look like little shooters, and then they're labeled by this Jukes is the name of the brand, Jukes. They're based out of the UK, and from there they're labeled like 1, 6, 8. Like they just have
like numbers
are coordinated with them, and the number 1 is more of like their champagne.
Yeah,
so we tried them the other day when we first got them because we were honestly excited about it, and I love champagne, so I put it with tonic water, loved it. Emily did the Jukes 6, which is like a red wine, and Emily loves red wine.
I've honestly like the biggest thing I've missed since not drinking is literally red wine. I told you that the other day. I was like, do they make non-alcoholic wine? And it was so funny because literally like within a week this company like reached out to us and sent us some stuff, and like it definitely does not taste exactly like red wine, but it does give you that same like dry mouth feel. Like even you said you were like, I don't like red wine, but I could drink this.
But I loved it. It's a little bit on the sweeter side too, and I think that's why I enjoyed it a little bit more. But yeah, definitely if you are trying to drink less, if you're trying to be more on like a damp like summer or you know just anything. I mean even just like looking out for your fitness, and it's still something like it's normal in a community to be drinking. Yeah. I think that this would be fun, that you could take these along, sit on the patio, sit on the boat, sit by the pool with your friends and not feel excluded.
It's a nice gift. I feel like I got a housewarming gift.
Beautiful gift.
And they make they also have sparkling wines now too.
They had
like
sparkling
in the can.
drinks. already pre-made. You didn't have to do anything. They're a little bit on the expensive side, but at the same time, we've kind of figured it out. It's really not that bad.
Compared to like normal alcohol.
Like if you're buying a good bottle of wine, you're going to spend the same amount as you would on this. So, and for Emily and I, like they say to take one whole one of these. When we made our drinks, we honestly only used half and it was perfect for both of us. So
each one too that you're just making like a normal drink with, you just use half of the bottle. So like the wine, it would be like 2 cups of wine out of it technically. So it's a fun little thing. You guys should check it out if you want. We'll have a link to it on our beacon, and also I'll link it out in the description of this episode.
Definitely go check it out. Jukes is awesome.
Mother's Day is coming up.
Mother's Day is coming up. We both really enjoy it. I definitely think the next time I need to get Emily a gift, I'm going to get her a box of the red wine. So she better look forward to it. Surprise, bitch. She'll forget by then.
Let's be honest. I will.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If she didn't take her Adderall today, bitch, I know she'd be forgetting. And that should be worn off by now. So
it's gone.
It's gone. But anyway, yeah. Fun little skit for us to do there.
Yeah, first little cold open branded skit. Not bad.
Okay, so actually, I wanted to tell Emily this like earlier. We kind of started on this topic, but I didn't finish it because I was like, damn it. Like part of the reason I was saying this, it goes into something that I did this weekend that I wanted to share.
Okay.
So, I was telling Emily, I was like, you know, like I've been really thinking about like career, like recently. It's like been on my mind. Like, what do I want to do next? Like, what's going to make me happy in my career? Like, what's going to make me feel like empowered and motivated to like wake up every day and make them dollar bills, honey? You know, like I know a lot of things that I like, but how can I put them all together realistically for me right now in life to like make it work? Right. You know? So I was like, you know what? I think I would love to be a travel agent because a little thing about me is I love planning trips. Like, I love them. My sister and her husband, I have planned trips for them. Like, friends will just ask me, like, I will plan your trips. Like, I love finding the best deals on flights, the best deals on things. Like, I love just being like, okay, like researching new countries and like finding out like where you should go, what you should do, what tours are worth it, what aren't. Like, I love doing stuff like that. So I was telling Emily earlier that I was thinking about being a travel agent. Now, this is a dying art. I understand.
Everybody in the comments who's like old,
they're like, yes, go to Boscov's, go to Sears, get in that Costco.
Just do it at Costco.
Yeah, no, I know. I get it. But I'm like, I just love something like that. And honestly, like, I feel like if I built up enough clientele, I could probably just do it on my own. Like, so like, I know people that do it for like bachelorette parties. Like, you just hire them and then they just do all the work.
Plan your whole weekend for you.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, this also was kind of brought up because I've been getting a lot of ads recently to travel. And I don't know if it's because like you and I have been talking about Cabo a lot. Yeah. And like, you know, your Siri hears you. And like I've been looking up like swimsuits and like Cabo outfits and like stuff like that a lot.
Algorithming.
Yeah. So I think that it's just like really working its magic. I have had like a lot of things just coming up. Everyone knows I'm a YouTube girly. Okay. So it's made its way to my YouTube page of my suggested things to like watch,
like tutorials on how to become a travel.
No. Just like places to travel.
Oh, so you're like on travel vlogs?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of always have been, but like it's just like heavy recently. Like it's like do's and don'ts in the Bahamas, and it's like why you should go XYZ.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got into Costa Rica.
Okay.
I got onto
I've had 2 friends lived in Costa Rica.
Well, let me tell you, I went on a rabbit hole, like so in depth to the point that I personally took majority of the day Sunday morning, probably until about like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I was like, I need to go outside and touch grass. I made an entire travel guide for a 12-day vacation in Costa Rica.
Okay, well, walk me through it.
Okay, so it depends on the season that you want to go because they have a rainy season and they don't have like it depends on what side you want to go on. So if you want to go onto the Caribbean side,
okay, of course I do. That's the side I want to go on.
Yeah, but like I don't think for first time Costa Rica, I don't think Caribbean side is the way you want to go.
You want to do jungle?
I really think you want to go on the other side.
Okay.
To be honest, the Pacific side.
Okay.
Right?
Why?
Yeah. Because I think that's
I'm just thinking like the ocean. Like I love like the crystal blue water.
Yeah, you're still going to be on the ocean, but I think it's going to give you a more rounded experience in Costa Rica to go Pacific side.
Okay.
So Caribbean side, I didn't bring my laptop up here to tell you the whole shebang. Okay. But basically, so September, October is actually when you want to go, and into November is when you want to go on the Caribbean side. Because Caribbean side for rain season is going to follow the Caribbean, like,
right,
whatever. Then on the Pacific side, it has rainy season, it has a green season, and it has a dry season. And contrary to popular belief, a lot of people like to travel in the dry season because they don't think of the rain. But you really want to go in like the rain season because it's not like rain all day.
Yeah.
It's like rain showers, and like it's going to be like more lush and more green. And you're going to get a lot more out of it. So,
but when is the seaweed season? Because that's the shit I don't want to be there at. Like, if you ever go to like Mexico, like in Cancun, there are certain months out of the year where that water is not fucking swimmable because there is so much goddamn seaweed.
It didn't say anything for like that on the Pacific side. Probably more on the Caribbean side it would
That's what I would think because like, yeah, if you ever go to like Cancun area, certain times of the year, like the beach and the water is legitimately unswimmable because it like, you know, when you get in and it's like you feel it all over your legs. I hate that.
I wish I had my laptop up here so I could fully walk you through my whole itinerary so I could actually say the names correctly, even though I still would butcher them.
Still, yeah.
But I would at least have a better thing. The first place I know, so you're going to fly into the airport in San Jose. Okay. Right? Okay. You're going to rent a car. You have to rent a car if you're going to be there and you want to get a 4x4. I did learn that. You do not want to get a little car because there's a lot of potholes. Okay. Also, you got to drive the speed limit, honey, because apparently they like to get you.
That's everywhere in Mexico.
They like to bribe you.
Or I guess Costa Rica, South America.
Yeah. Like they, because they know that you're not from there. So then they'll like bribe you out of like getting the ticket or whatever. Okay.
My dad's done that before. Paid the police off.
Oh, yeah. But apparently you get them down to like $50. They're going to start at like 200 though. You can get them down. So then, okay, you got to do that. You want to stock up there on snacks. There's a Walmart there. You want to stock up on snacks there. Okay. Then you want to drive about 2 hours to, there's like two parts of it. So it depends on if you're good at surfing or not. I'm not.
Right. First time traveler to Costa Rica, probably not going for the surf.
But I want to surf when I'm there because like, they have great surfing. People go there to just surf. Right. So there's a place called Jaco, Jaco. It's how they pronounced it. Jaco. Oh. But then there's like, it's like Playa del Hermo or something. I don't know. The one that sounds like more cute, that one is like for advanced surfers. So I'm going to take it down to Jaco. They're like neighboring beach towns. And that one has like really good like beginner
I'm sure
surf.
Our Spanish speaking listeners are going to really love the way you're pronouncing all of this.
Terrible. After this,
Jaco and Playa del Hermar.
Fuck it. I'm trying my best. I want to get in your culture, okay? Yeah. I'm trying.
I want to get that commission, bitch.
So anyway, you're going to go down there. You're going to learn how to do beginner surfing because they have great beginner surfing lessons. Okay. And it's apparently the waves and the swells are good for beginners. Love it. You're going to spend like 2 to 3 days there because that's going to be like perfect amount of time. Yeah. Then you're going to drive to this next place. I don't remember the name, but I know it's where like the cloud forest is. So you're going to do like a couple jungle days. So you're going to have a couple days in the jungle where it's like you're going to go exploring. And like here for me is when I'm going to do like zip lining. Because zip lining in Costa Rica apparently is absolutely insane.
Madeline did that.
You're going to get wet. Apparently that's what I've heard. But little things that don't make me wet these days.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're going to go zip lining there.
Sounds like a plus to me.
Right. And then at some point in the trip, I also want to plan like going on like a coffee like bean tour.
Yeah.
And it's either
Costa Rican coffee.
Yeah, it's either going to be at that time or the next stop.
Okay.
So, but also in this time at this specific place, and I wish I had my computer to tell you, but it's like a national forest. So you definitely want to go there. Apparently there's a lot of different like wildlife. You can do like safaris and stuff and like, maybe not safari. I don't think that's the right, like
a jungle tour.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm all about this. Okay. So you're going to be there for a couple days. Right. Then the next place you're going to go, in my opinion, I would want to go there last. When I'm there, when I'm first getting on vacation, like I'm ready to go. I want to go experience and I want to go see a lot of things. A lot of stuff that I saw in the guides was to go to this one place first. Starts with a T. And there's like hot springs there. And it's by like one of their most active volcanoes. Right. And the volcano allows for the hot springs to like stay warm and stuff. And there's like a whole like spa retreat there. And apparently you're supposed to splurge on this one resort that has like all the hot springs and like all the cool like waterfalls and stuff. And to me, I would want to end my trip there. Right? Because like at that point, like I want to be
You're exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
You've surfed. You've fucking ziplined. You've tried Costa Rican coffee. You're wired. You haven't slept.
I've had a couple 2-hour drives.
You need a spa.
I need a spa. I need a relaxing couple of days.
You've driven over at least 1 million potholes, apparently.
Yes, apparently. I've probably reached a lot. Apparently, the Costa Ricans are like the nicest people. Apparently, like the hospitality and like their way of life is just so incredible. And like that's a big reason of like it being a cool destination, and people love going there is like the people.
They're like welcoming of tourists.
Yeah, exactly.
But like apparently France.
I think it's like Tabacombe something. I could probably look it up real quick. But yeah, so I would end there at the hot spring spa. Plus, it's a little bit of a splurge, but I feel like you should do it. And also, then it's like already all paid for. So I feel like at that point in your trip too, like you're kind of like down.
You're not
to
really
like,
thinking about it. Yeah.
I don't want to spend that much money. But then, because of it being like one in a beach town, one in a jungle, and then one at like an actual like spa day thing, I would do like Airbnbs in other places. Like at the beach for sure, do like an Airbnb, like don't stay in like a resort or anything like that. I really think that like when you travel, unless it's like a very dangerous place, like you shouldn't. And there's a couple of different like shouldn't stay in a resort.
I love staying in a house over a resort.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I just don't like people, so like that's why I prefer to do like a secluded Airbnb kind of thing, because then you have your privacy. You don't have to worry about waiting in the elevator with randos.
It's Tabacombe Hot Springs Resort.
Sick.
And it looks fucking incredible.
So all in, by your calculations, how much would this trip run somebody?
Okay, so listen. I think it depends on the time of the year that you're going to go, because they have like a high season, a low season. For the Pacific side of like that little quick rundown of not ever places, but what I would do. Maybe I could share the document to people who want it. But basically, I don't have a grand total because it just depends on the time that you're going to go.
Right.
Now, there's like, I would definitely go on that side in their wet season, just because like I've heard just better things. And like, I was like, when I like to do this too, I read so many like travel people's blogs. That is to me the best way to get good travel advice, not watching a video on YouTube, not like taking some like really nice blog. Like I want some beaten down Google back roads blog that someone like just loved their time so much that they wrote about it. So I found like
I don't want the influencer who's getting paid to go here to tell me to go here.
Exactly. Yeah. I will dig for that stuff and find like 4 or 5 of them, and then that's where like I kind of like take my like I read them, see what they say. Like at some point they kind of all have like similar like things that you should do or whatever, like for a first time person going there. But from Nashville to Costa Rica, a flight, it depends on what season you go, but it's going to run you anywhere from like $518 round trip to $920 round trip.
Yeah.
$620 round trip.
Which is basically just like any domestic flight.
Right.
Like
legit
like far.
I was like, I could literally pay this much to go home. Yeah. To Philadelphia.
I pay that much to go see my mom and dad.
Whittly I do. So I was like, damn, okay. So you fly through Miami, and then from Miami to there, it's apparently like a 3-hour flight. So even with that, I was like, that's not that bad. Yeah. Right. The Tabacombe hot spring, it depends on when you go, again, anywhere from like $300 to $500 a night. And then from there, it's just kind of like on you. I did see that you want anywhere from like, it depends on how expensive you want to do everything. Right. For me, I would pay for like the tours and stuff up front. But a week, they're saying in Costa Rica, you'd probably need like $850 to like up to $1,400, just depending on like what you want to do. So I don't know. I feel like it could probably, depending on how bougie you want to make it, be like a $3,000 trip.
Well, I think right there, you just kind of did your whole cover letter / resume to apply for a travel agency. So just send them this video and say, look, I'm qualified, bitch. I've done this shit before.
I will send you the docs. Yeah. I will send them to you. Well, it's actually funny because this upcoming year, my parents and my sister and her husband, we were all going to go to France together because he loves rugby. And I guess, is it the World Cup for rugby?
You were literally asking the worst person.
Well, that happens in France this year. Whatever that was, like the World Championship, that should be happening in France this year. So we were going to plan a whole trip to go together like around this rugby tournament. And I decided that I wasn't going to go basically like financially. Like I just couldn't afford to like do it and like kind of front money for that. And legit, my dad was like, I don't think I want to go anymore.
Yeah, they're like, well, if the planner's not going, that means it's work for us. It's not a vacation. So
yeah, they were like, but I was like, not that I don't trust your sister, but like,
I don't trust your sister.
Yeah, but he was like, I just know that like you would know where we're going, what we're doing. Like you would have a plan.
And you've also been like, I don't know about them, but like you've been there before.
Yeah, they've been to Paris, but I've been to like 2 different parts of France.
Yeah.
And just like traveling there, like I understand it a little bit more than they do. And just like, I would at least like, by the way I just made that sound, I sound very like crazy when I travel, but I'm really not. I just need to know like the overall locations and plans and how I'm going from point A to point B.
Yeah.
That needs to be 100% like locked in before I get on the plane to go there.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, I'm not gonna like, maybe one night we like have like reservations at a fancier place that like you would need reservations for. But other than that, like, I want to stumble across some like mom and pop restaurant.
See, I'm the opposite. Like I do want to stumble across that shit, but like when I travel, I like to look at the resort I'm staying at, the area, whatever. And then after that, all I care about is restaurants. And so I will sit there and do so much research finding like places to eat, but like excursions and shit, like I never care about
I'm gonna find something that I want to do like once a day, or like in each place, like I want to do like there's one thing I want to go see.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like, and after that, like we can walk around, we can do whatever, like I don't care, we can freaking find a Marshall's if that's what we want to do, like I don't really care. But the food, so my thing about food is, and I didn't get to this part of it yet because I made myself go touch grass. I forced myself because I was like, bitch, you've been doing this for way too long for no reason. Bitch, you ain't going to Costa Rica anytime soon. But if I want to, I have it planned.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the thing about food then is like I try to find like in each region or place like a specialty food that like is unique to them.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying. I'm not saying like finding the exact restaurant, but I'm saying like doing research about like, okay, if I'm in this area of this country, like what's their like specialty dish?
What's a dessert
Let
you
me
should
go
get?
find
what
it.
food you should get? Like, is there?
Because I like figure that shit out because I think the best way to like go like like explore a city is like through food. So like you start at one place.
I agree. It's all about the food.
Walk around.
It's all about the food because after that
it's miserable to go on a trip with somebody who doesn't care about food.
No, I need to eat and I want to be full the whole time. So like Cabo for us, it's not gonna be good that I'm in a bikini. Because bitch, I'm gonna be eating.
Yeah, no, it's like it's just, and that's why it's good to go with people that you know, because you can just let it hang, bitch.
True. Like for you,
it's not like we're trying to impress hot boys. Like we're hanging out with my parents and my brother.
No. I'm not concerned about that aspect, but I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna be like for my self confidence. I'm gonna be in a bikini and I'm gonna be snacking.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna be heavily snacking. Yeah, because we're gonna be sitting around doing what? Eating and drinking.
Shit.
Eating and drinking.
Yeah.
Farting,
pissing, pooping.
Eating, drinking. That's it. It's the circle of life. Well, what if you get a nap?
Well, you guys, if you're looking for any future travel needs, Kellen will be making commission off of your trips that you take, and she's actually a free agent. And so send her a DM on Instagram. She'll plan your whole trip for you for a measly $5,000.
For a measly, yeah. Listen, I just love traveling. Like,
yeah.
And
do you think though, if doing that for your job, it would make you hate it?
I don't know.
Like, would it stress you out? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, though, I think it depends on how you do it. If I'm like with an agency, you have parameters.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like that wouldn't really be stressful because it's like I don't have to plan every waking minute for you because there's like a guide, right, that I have to be able to like follow, and I'm sure they already have it like. They make it probably seem like you have this like some extravagant, elaborate, never done before vacation, but bitch, you and every other bitch is taking this vacation.
I just know like my mom,
the same restaurant, done all that stuff.
My mom's friend who like does this, she works with more like higher income people, so it's very like curated to them. But it's almost like how a wedding planner is.
That's
where
what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
People are calling you. Like she'll get calls in the middle of the night of people who are like in a different country, a totally different time zone, being like, hi, we're here and blah blah's not, or they didn't put something in our room, so like blah blah blah, and then you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So like it's a lot, especially like when you get to that level, because at a lower level, like people aren't.
I'm just
assholes.
booking your Disney trip.
Exactly. Like, and also like they don't really care
your cruise
as much, but like once you like reach that certain level of just like fuck you money, those people are dicks, and like they'll let you know. So like, yeah, I feel like it would be enjoyable to a certain level, and then after that I would be like, I don't want to be your fucking butler.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. And I just feel like it just depends on like, I guess like the level and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
do you have to get like a license for it? Like a real estate license, how they have to do that?
I don't think it's that serious. I don't think it's that serious. I think like
also you could totally do it like freelance, like literally just posting on social media and being like, hey guys, this is something that I'm starting to do on my own. Hit me up.
Listen,
I'll plan your trip for you.
Listen, none of you bitches hold me to it. None of you bitches hold me to it.
Watch somebody who's like an actual travel agent who listens
fucking
to the
reach
show
out to
be
me,
like, actually, you guys are a bunch of fucking dumbasses, and my job is really hard field to get into, and
listen,
there's a bunch of tests you have to take.
Listen, I love it for you, girlfriend. Yeah. I'm just saying I enjoy doing it for myself and my friends.
Kellen's just saying she could do it better than you.
I'm just saying all I need is my computer and a little bit of time, and I'm a fine.
And maybe some of Emily's Adderall.
I didn't even have your Adderall, and
that's what
deep.
I'm saying.
And
imagine,
deep. I literally like.
You would have the dinners planned, bitch. If you had the meds, you'd have the dinners planned. You'd have everything.
It would be all done right now,
down to the cent.
No, but I literally looked up and I was like, "It is a beautiful day," and I'm literally sitting in here learning about Costa Rica.
I did that the other day. I was like, "Wow, it's the nicest day." I went and I ran on a shitty day because I was like. The forecast said it was going to be bad weather. Like, it didn't say it was going to be good. So I was like, fuck, I might as well just run today. Like, it's not going to be any better tomorrow. So I go for a run on, like, a shitty day. The next day, it's gorgeous outside, but it's my rest day. So I'm like, I'll just, hang out. And I was like, maybe I'll go sit in, like, a park or something and just get sun. And then I was like, and do what? Like, I don't have any books right now. I was like, I don't have a library card. I don't feel like taking like a sketchbook out and like going and being the main character right now. So then I was like, I'll just sit in home. It was so nice outside. I didn't go outside one time, and I kept my blinds shut because I didn't want to like see how nice it was. You know what I mean?
It was like delusion.
Yeah. I was like, if I just pretend it's rainy and cold outside, then it is.
Well, see, I leave all like the stuff open for Leo so he can like look at the birds and the other cats. Yeah. And I was like, damn, it's so nice.
People don't know you have a cat, and you're like, Leo's just like this small child who lives in your house.
No.
He loves to look at the birds.
Yeah, literally. No, I was like, and I like looked up, like I was like,
wow, it's 7 p.m.
And then I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I don't even think I finished my breakfast.
Yeah. No time.
Actually, it was sitting right there.
What is a working gal to do?
I was busy making a commission.
There are so many things more important than eating your breakfast.
Listen, I was planning the Costa Rican dream vacation.
That's what I'm saying.
And nobody understood.
Yeah.
But then I looked up, I was like,
that's a Netflix show. I think that would be good. You know how they have like Selling Sunset? They should do that for like travel agents.
Oh,
that would bring back the industry. That would spark people being like, you know what? You're right.
I like that.
I haven't gone on a trip in forever.
Let's pitch it to Netflix.
Yeah, let's wait until the economy gets a little bit better so people have more tangible income to like go spend on travel. But I agree. And like after we have,
I think if we pitch it now, it's probably gonna be like a 2-year process anyway.
Yeah,
by the time
and then it will air like right when the recession actually hits.
Better at some time than never.
I'm saying. And you know what? Sometimes it's nice when you have no money to like imagine. That's what I
dream.
Yeah, that's what I do when like I haven't gone to the grocery store. I'll like watch a food show.
Oh, I don't do that.
You know,
I like definitely look for houses and stuff.
But I stopped doing that. It's just like makes me too sad.
No, I honestly, I kind of like always am looking at like travel destinations and stuff. Like, I don't know. I know like weird little facts or like things about like different countries that like,
yeah,
I don't know. I am interested in it and I love it. And
who says girls don't have hobbies? Come on. That's a hobby.
I mean, I planned a whole dream vacation I will probably never take. But guess what?
Don't see that's negative manifestation. Don't say that. You'll take it. You will.
I think okay, but actually I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually not gonna lie. So that's actually a goal for myself because I planned this. So Emily and I have been talking like a lot about finances recently and like just like life changes.
Yeah.
Right. The past couple of days and like just I don't know, a lot of changes in our lives and like where we see ourselves in 5 years, whatever. And that is one thing I kind of like low key promised myself. I was like, once I get to that point where I can like, I pay off all the stuff that I've been talking about that like I really want done. Like that is the thing that I kind of like want to reward myself with.
Yeah.
Is like going
like
and doing
like a whole
that.
Vacation that you like planned.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe by then though, you'll have like found a new place. You
Maybe.
know what I mean?
Maybe, but like right now I'm like, okay, that's my goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah, but like even if that ends up not being the place I go to, I just don't want it to be like all-inclusive resort vacation.
Yeah, no.
Like, I mean, I think I would do it. I think I would do an all-inclusive resort vacation with like a group of friends and we only go for like a 4-day, 3-night type of thing or like with couples.
Yeah.
Like if I had a boyfriend and like
I would do all inclusive if it was like on a yacht or like I wouldn't do it at a normal hotel just because like I know it's not going to be great. Like the food, like the things that you're getting in the package are just not good, and that's why it's included in the package.
They're mid.
Yeah.
They're mid. I will agree, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't do it from my own like satisfaction of a vacation. I would be doing it with like a girlfriend's trip or like
somebody else planned it, invited you.
Yeah, because also like I feel like that's a perfect girlfriend's trip.
Totally. I was about to say like a bachelorette, like an all-inclusive thing for that.
I almost did that for my sister. I was like, I was like, oh, leave her name out. I was like,
you've said it on here so many times.
Okay. I try to say my sister.
Yeah, I'll bleep it out though.
Okay, I don't care. I was like, I asked my sister, I was like, does all of your friends have passports? Because I almost did. I almost booked us a place in Jamaica because they had like a bachelorette package. And like, I was like, it was only going to be like $1,100 per person for Thursday to Monday, not including your flight. But I was like, it isn't that bad. By the time I like got the stay for everybody where we ended up going, and then paid for all the alcohol, paid for all the food, then we're going out and we're doing all these things. I was like, it kind of would add up when like you could just go there and it's already prepaid and no one has to like worry about like extra shit.
Right.
But then I was like, that's just not convenient for people.
Yeah. It's like, it's
just too bougie for no reason.
Right. And it's like too bougie, but also like not bougie enough.
Exactly.
It's like you're paying so much money for it to just be like averagely nice.
Yeah.
And it's like,
if I'm going to do an all-inclusive though as well, I feel like I would go more like boutique hotel at this point.
Totally. Like that's why I'm saying like a yacht is what I would do because it's like, it's very curated. It's good quality, but like at a boutique hotel, 1000%, where it's like they have like a chef on property who's not just making mass meals for like 700 other guests. I forget
the location of this place, but oh my God, it's going to piss me off that I forgot the location. It was like in a tropical place, but basically the resort was like all these like brand new villas that almost looked like rounded like white stone building villas, and they all had like their own pools out front. Now granted they were expensive, but I was like, that is like the all-inclusive I'm looking for. Like something like
those like huts in Fiji when you like they have like the glass bottom floors.
It's like $3,000 a night.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, that's such a bargain.
I'm actually. like, no. I'm like, when I see the price, I'm like, that's actually way too expensive for what you're getting in that, because like you're still getting the basic package. You know
like
what I'm saying?
Shitty like tacos for dinner every single night. You get like a burger or a taco.
Right, you're just staying in a hut.
Yeah.
When I could go stay in the hotel for $200 a night and still get the same fucking shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
do I have my private infinity pool? No, but
can I justify that?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, sometimes about the thing about all inclusive though is I feel like you have to justify a nicer room.
Yeah, 1000%.
I think you do. If you're just traveling by yourself, not an all inclusive, like doing your own thing.
Kellen's like, stay in a hostel.
I've done it. Actually, on that note, we should tell some hostel stories. So
I was about to say, so here's my thing about a hostel. Have you ever seen the movie Hostel?
No, because I think if I ever did that, I would want to kill myself. I take that back. I would want to myself.
Unalive. That's the PC.
Unalive.
That's a PC.
Okay, sorry. I want to unalive.
Back in my day, we just said kill ourselves. But anyways.
Yeah.
No, so, okay. Hostel is one of those movies that you watch and you say, I wish I could unsee that.
Yeah, so I feel like I would agree.
But also, you've already done it. So I feel like it wouldn't really be that scary. It's not like you watched it before you went and stayed in hostel. Because I think at this point in your life, you probably wouldn't do that. Unless you were like,
okay, so
with a group of people backpacking.
No. So like if I am going to stay in a hostel at this point, because honestly, it still makes sense. Because you're
monetarily,
you are not spending that much time in the room to spend that much money in like a European country.
Right.
I'm sorry,
like
you're
too much
not
shit to see to just
right. I can't justify that. Now, what I would splurge on, having more money than I did as a broke college student, I would get like the private room. You could still stay in the hostel and have a private room. You just share like the bathroom.
Yeah, there is no way in literal fuck. I don't care how down bad I am. I'm not traveling. I would just rather not travel than stay in a communal room with strangers.
No, so like that's what I'm saying. Like at this point now, I would just stay in like the private room.
Yeah.
You just share the bathroom.
How are the bed bugs there? Was that an
I never had a
issue?
problem. I can tell you some stories. I got some stories for you. I have 3 of them. One involves bugs.
See, I'm out.
One involves a homeless lady.
Literally, I'm double out. What the fuck? No. Like, there is nothing that you could tell me to be like, but dude, hear me out. Like, no, you said bugs? Absolutely not. Like, that's all I need to hear.
If I could download my Snapchat again to show you, I would. Maybe I can text
like
my
a
friend.
Trail of ants.
I could text my friend Kate.
I knew it. It's always the fucking ants.
So I'll tell you this one. I'll tell you both of them honestly because it's kind of funny. So I'll tell you the first hostel I ever stayed in was in Copenhagen. And now you would think saying Copenhagen, it's like a very expensive place. It's like in the Scandinavian countries. Like, I mean, the whole place is fucking expensive. So also being broke, we're staying in a hostel.
You're right.
The hostel we stayed in was actually really fucking cool. Like, most of them are really, really cool. They're not run down. Like, they're fucking hip. Like, they got things going on every night. They got food involved. Like, it's a cool place to stay.
Yeah.
Well, we get into our room. It was a co-ed room because we were also traveling with guys.
Why is that legal? That needs to be illegal. That is crazy. I would be so scared.
I stayed in a co-ed room, but we were also traveling with guys. So we also wanted to stay with them so that way, like, we were all together.
Right.
Which, thank God, in this situation, we did. Okay? So we get there, and there's, like, this lady sleeping, which is very typical for hostels. Like, everyone's lives are different, you know? And we come back, and we're like, the bitch is still sleeping. Okay? We leave to go for dinner. We come back. There's blood spots from one of the bathrooms to our bedroom into her bed. So she was bleeding on like a toe or something, whatever. Come to find out, this bitch was homeless. And
she just, like, snuck in?
Yeah, she did. She legit did. And we slept with a homeless woman for the night.
Why was she bleeding?
I don't know. I don't really know that part of it. But I was terrified. That was like, I was actually really scared. And I know that sounds like...
Okay, I hate to say this. What the fuck do you expect? I feel like that would make the most sense if you were homeless to stay in a place like that. It's like a one night, you just pay for...
Like 15
a bed.
euros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably very common. Like, I
forget how much
stay there.
I know that the cheapest hostel I stayed in was in Budapest. And that was... I think it was 9 euros a night. Maybe 13 on like the weekend or whatever.
But
what,
like $15?
Yeah. For like a bed. But
yeah, I mean, I can imagine, like, I feel like that's their prime clientele, is it not?
No, it's mostly student travelers. Definitely not the homeless, but she was like freaky though because she also didn't speak English. So like it was freaky, and like I hate to say that because like that's just really rude of me, and like everybody has...
Well, you were also in a foreign country.
Yeah, but like it was scary because that was my first time ever staying in a hostel.
Yeah.
Also, like coming from America, going to a country where like just something like that is so normalized. And also public transportation is so normalized. That all in itself like was just a whole new world for me.
It's overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was my like first like trip, I guess. Well, my first trip was to Amsterdam, but we stayed in an Airbnb.
But we don't remember any of that because we were off the drugs.
We were,
yeah. So how is Amsterdam? Did you guys go to like the red light district?
We did.
So when you walked past like the naked ladies, were you just like, cool?
Yeah. So actually my thing about that was you could tell who worked that booth all the time. And who was there to pay rent for the first month.
Really sad.
Like, because, okay, so, like, they actually paid for their booth
You could tell, like, the veterans versus the new girls.
Like, they have, like, rental space. That's how, like, that's how you get it. So, I want to say...
Yeah, it's like a hair salon.
It literally, I shit you not, it's the size of that door.
Yeah.
It is, like, a door size. It's glass. And then they're just, like, standing in there, like, dancing, doing their thing, wearing, like...
I want that one.
Lingerie. Literally, I'm not even shitting you. The guys... Because, I mean, I didn't. But, like, I watched guys walk up. You literally just open the door. And then she just shows you a whole menu. And then you pay for what you want. And she either closes the blinds and it, like, happens in there. Or on the other side of that, there's a door that takes you upstairs to, like, a bedroom. If it's more than probably just, like, a blowjob.
God, could you imagine that being your job? I mean, props to those people because...
No, but, like, you could literally tell, like, the girls in the middle who,
tough.
like, bought, like, the prime booths and stuff, like, they were working it. They knew what they were doing. And there was girls like right on like the outside of them. And they were just like, I got this I got this outfit off Shein, and I'm here because Mama's got rent at the first.
Yeah, exactly. And, this is my third job or whatever.
This was my last €100, and I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's it was actually kind of crazy, but
so since prostitution is like sex work, I shouldn't have said prostitution. Since sex work is legal there, I guess it's also European, so they definitely are paying taxes on that. I'm just wondering, like, in terms of like finances, because like I just paid my taxes today. I'm like, excuse me, how does the tax system work if you are a prostitute? You know, because it's like an actual job there.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I didn't ask the question.
Yeah, you should have asked. Like, why aren't you asking these pressing questions?
I really wanted to go up and ask all those things. I just didn't feel right.
I
pay her for her time to ask questions.
You're like, actually, no. She like takes her call. No. I just want to consult with you. I have a few questions.
I'll pay your price. What's your 30-minute price?
Exactly. You pay like a consulting fee to like learn about the industry.
I mean, shit. I should have. I really should have. And I remember that there was like a Papa John's or like a Domino's like right off the strip there.
Smart.
On the other side of that,
because like that's the first thing that I would want to do as a man after I got my dick sucked is like eat a piece of pizza.
Honestly, probably
so satisfying.
Honestly, yeah.
Pop a Molly.
How many times have you had sex and either you went to bed or you eat food?
Every
time.
Literally every time.
Like 100% of the time you're eating food going to bed.
It's a known fact.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense. No, but in Amsterdam, so like I don't know. For other people that just don't know, but like you can buy weed in what they call coffee shops.
You can buy a lot more than weed there.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying legally you buy joints in what is called a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And you go and like I was terrified because like I've never like,
well, and it was a time too like where it wasn't as accessible in America in like multiple states.
Oh no, exactly, which is why it was like weird. But our friend from Colorado was there,
and he's like, dude, shit, I've been doing this my whole life.
Yeah. No, legit. She was like, I got my card back home. Like, we good. So she like walked in, she ordered it and checked because we were scared. So we ended up taking it to another bar, and we like sat there and smoked. And
did you feel weird smoking weed like indoors?
Yeah,
like you were like, this feels wrong.
Yeah, it felt illegal.
Yeah.
But I remember,
you're like looking over your shoulder.
Dude, their weed was insane.
I'm sure.
It's insane.
It's probably like,
I have never smoked something like that where I normally just get like giggly and like ha ha ha. No, I was like locked in. I felt like Noel Miller. Okay, I was watching an Indy car race and I've never been so
like,
into it.
I fucking get
honestly
it.
That's why I don't judge him because I've been in a moment. Yeah, and it was like the checkers like this on the ground.
Oh,
and I was just watching it go zoom zoom.
You
zoom.
didn't get like nauseous?
No, I loved it.
I feel like I would like. Well, also
at the time though, so my back is like to the rest of the restaurant. I'm watching this Indy car race up on the wall. My friends are sitting on the other side of like on a booth looking out towards the restaurant. This guy behind me stands up to like leave, like they were leaving. I don't think he's ever smoked before because he got the spins. He probably was drinking and smoking, and like that gives you the spins. And he like stood up and just fucking passed out. I was so locked into this Indy car race, I didn't flinch.
Yeah,
not at all. Also, certified lifeguard. Where was my reaction?
Yeah,
not there.
Yeah, that is.
And my friends were like, "Oh my god!" And I said, "Don't ruin this."
That guy would have been me. That would have been Emily if she smoked some weed in Amsterdam, especially at that level that it is at, because that's how it is in fucking California. Like the fucking like strength of their weed there is crazy.
Yeah. No, I've eaten gummies from there before, and like even those, like you cannot have a full gummy.
Yeah.
No, because I had a half, and it put me on my ass. Like I was literally, I felt like I was hallucinating.
Yeah.
I was like, the people that I was with, I was like, why do you look like a monkey right now?
Yeah.
What's good with your face? Why is there streaks of blue in the sky? I was like, it was so, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's one thing that I just like really wish I enjoyed was weed. I feel like my life would be a lot better and like a more complete. I feel like people who like smoke weed and like enjoy it, they just like have a better quality of life.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because I think in some areas it makes you like happy and go lucky and like you giggle all the time and like whatever. But I will say, like, if you're not, personally, I feel like if you don't smoke all the time to like keep that high,
yeah,
you kind of, now people would disagree with me, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but like I'm actually more like groggy the next day. I'm like kind of more
depleted.
tired. Yeah, I kind of feel like tired, and I'm like,
That's how it is after you do cocaine. The next day you wake up and you're like, wow, I feel like shit.
Yeah, but like I still feel like it's like a weird thing because like you don't feel like shit. You just feel tired.
Like sad at all or no?
Not sad. Not sad at all. Like you don't have like
there's no like come down where
no,
you're like
not it's not like a come down like that.
Yeah.
And that's where but like it's definitely like I don't know if I just like you're supposed to sleep better and I definitely sleep the night, but then it's like the next day I'm just kind of like I could keep taking a nap.
That's it like carries over.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the biggest arguments with weed that people make. They're like, dude, there's no hangover. There's like da 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 and it's non-addictive, whatever. And I'm like, first of all, every single one of my friends who's like avidly smokes weed, hate to say it, y'all are fucking addicted. Like you're not at that level. Not at the level of some people. And
no,
you know, I'm talking to you and it's all good.
No, I'm
but
literally
it's an
not.
addiction.
I'm not.
But
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, that's how.
It's a vice.
Yeah, totally. But I wish I could smoke weed. I need a vice right now. That's why like, I don't know. There's like certain things that recently I've realized that I'm like, I have no like come down from life because like my medication I take is a stimulant and I'm addicted to caffeine now because there was a 2-week period when I didn't have my meds and I was compensating that with copious amounts of caffeine to try to like stimulate myself the same way. And since then I've now not been able to stop doing that, so I will have so much caffeine every day, so I never am just chill. And I'm like I am gonna be like 50 years old or no, probably like 40 and have the heart of like a 70-year-old man because I'm like this shit is pumping way too hard all the time.
I could see that. And then you also like run and work out on top of it.
Exactly. So it's never chill. So like I need something. I don't know what it is. And we've talked about this before. I'm like, I can't be the mushroom guy.
Yeah,
like
you can't be the mushroom guy.
I know. And I actually saw like I was listening to this podcast the other day about like this guy who went and he did like the oh my God, I'm fucking forgetting what the drug is. It's like frog poison and you slosh it around in your mouth and like you throw up and you go on these like you know you go on like a trip with like a shaman and
yeah.
God, what the fuck is it called? It's
Harry Jowsey did it. I know that.
Oh my God.
Frog ashwagandha? Not ashwagandha. Is it like on that like
isn't ashwagandha like you can buy that in like the grocery store, right?
Can be.
Ayahuasca.
I said that's what I said
ashwagandha.
Yeah. I was like, wait, you can actually just like have that as a normal civilian.
I was like, wait, I think ashwagandha you can buy like in
bulk at the store.
Yeah, vitamin form.
Yeah, I was like, but it always like is like the same thing as like a weird fucking name.
Yeah, but like I actually watched this video the other day and it was this guy and he was on a podcast talking about his like fucking ayahuasca. Now you got me saying it. He went on an ayahuasca retreat with like his mom and cousin and like they went and they you know did the whole weekend and it's like multiple days of tripping
you
dick.
Do it I think it's like a 3-day thing. I think it's a 3 or 4 day thing.
It's like yeah you can do like 2 to 3 days I think of it and maybe 4 if you're like a seasoned pro, but like the way he was explaining it, and this is like a prime example of like why I think men just need to go to therapy because like he was like talking about like how fucking scary and like everything was. He was like, yeah, but like I kind of walked out of it realizing like there were these things in my life that like, you know, I was kind of the problem and like all this stuff. And I was like, sir, you could have literally just gone to therapy and saved traumatizing yourself.
But that's like when guys trip on shrooms and they find empathy.
Yeah, it's so funny though because like he was like explaining it and then like the people who were like hosting the show were like, well, how much did you pay for that? He's like, it was only like $1,500 a person. I was like, to torture yourself for 2 days. And they were staying in like cabins in the middle of the woods in Orlando, Florida. I was like, this sounds like the most white trash version of this.
No, but like, they normally seclude you like that because of it being like.
No, I'm just saying in Orlando.
Yeah, no,
you could have gone to like the mountains.
No, because I know
like,
that
the
like
desert. Like imagine going to
Harry Jowsey did it, but he did it in like another country.
Yeah,
I don't know where he did it.
I don't know. A lot of people do it in the desert. Like they'll go to like Joshua Tree or some shit and like go do it in the desert. But like it's crazy. Like what it does to you is crazy, and also you trip for like hours, like 15 hours.
Yeah, you like lay on the ground.
it's just insane. And then there's just like, you just are puking basically the whole time.
Some people do, some people don't. Like I've heard stories about it where like some people like sometimes the first time they do it, they are throwing up, and it's like you're like purging. That's what they call it. Like you're purging. And like most likely it's going to happen within your 3-day venture, but doesn't necessarily have to happen every single time.
Yeah.
And I think like it's a different like level or different grade or different something on how you either like consume it or like whatever every time. Like I don't think you take the same.
It's like by tablespoon.
Yeah.
And you have to do like a specific diet, like almost an entire like a certain amount of weeks beforehand.
Yeah, you like prep
your stomach for it to be able to handle it, because it's like so intense.
Yeah, no, you're prepping for like, I'm pretty sure it's like a 6-week prep.
Yeah, it's like intense, but
and
like
yeah,
it was just so insane, because I was like, you're putting yourself through literally all of this shit, and I was like, sir, I think you really just needed some therapy, because like you could not pay me to do that. Like I have like had one bad trip experience. I would not wish that shit upon my worst enemy. No. And that only lasted me like about an hour.
Yeah.
And these people like can have like multi-day trips of just the most intense fear that they've ever felt in their life.
No, I like get anxiety sometimes smoking weed. Like if I'm like out in public, not that I smoke weed in public, I'm not like that person.
Maybe you do have a problem.
Oh,
just walking down the street like fucking chief in a joint.
No, fuck no, that's not me. But like I'm saying, like if I've ever like smoked and then I like go to the grocery store or something, like, or sometimes like I enjoy sitting at the lake and like watching water. That's just like a thing. I need to be careful about that, but just saying.
That's the thing with most like drugs. I feel like it's just like the water calls
it's like calming.
That's like shrooms floating, the best feeling.
But
of all
like
time.
I just enjoy like watching it and stuff, and I then like I'm in public and I like it just my anxiety.
You're like perceiving
peaks.
Yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
You're like being
so
perceived.
bad. I start thinking about like the worst possible things that could like happen that aren't even happening in my life.
Trying to tell your brain like stop, but then that makes it worse.
Yeah, but then like if once I get home, I'm chilling. It's like a safe space,
right?
I don't know.
It's like that, but then on psychedelics, it's like that plus 1,000, because you're also seeing the scary shit and you're like feeling weird things and like. Oh, I don't like the bad trip that I had was like one of those moments where I literally was like, I would rather be dead right now than continue to experience. It was the most I've never felt that type of fear in my life before. Like even when that guy was like chasing me, literally threatening to kill me, I wasn't even that afraid compared to that fear.
I think like
it's like the weirdest like sensation I've
honestly
ever felt.
No, I feel like that happens to me not necessarily like in a full trip, because like I also don't do drugs that make you trip really.
Yeah,
but like
don't do drugs, kids.
I don't really. I promise, Mom. I promise. I don't. And that's like on God. Yeah. Like on God, like, I don't.
Except for that one time I did DMT.
No, never did that. Never did that. I've only actually done ones that the government are finding to be legal now. So let's be fucking for real.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's it. Liar. So normally for me, like it hasn't happened probably like in a year and a half. But like if I smoke and have any amount of alcohol, like I could legit just have a sip of alcohol, I feel like it is the worst experience of my entire life. I'm like crying, I'm shaking, I'm like anxiety to the max, but I'm cold, but I'm hot. I'm like until I throw up. Like it'll make me throw up. And like now I'm like from that moment, because that happened in college before, but like you know in college it's kind of just like whatever, dude.
And also you're probably like I was probably just too drunk or whatever.
Like, but like that was like the first time I like smoked in like a really long time at that time, and like had just like I think 2 drinks at dinner, and I could not handle it. I was like geez, and like from then on I was like I will never. Like either I am smoking or I am drinking.
Right. You're not. You can't go to a party and then at the end of the night people are like on the patio smoking. You're like I just can't.
Like at 25, I can't be living like that.
Yeah.
I
guess we don't really be going to too many like house parties.
Yeah. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last house party I went to was at Halloween. My friend had a house party, and I went.
I genuinely don't know the last time I went to one.
But anyway, enough about drugs. This wasn't supposed to be about drugs. or anything like that. But
yeah,
Amsterdam got us there. So
yeah. Do you have any other funny hostel stories before we wrap it up?
Funny
or just crazy? I don't know. Wild times?
No, I mean, like I've had crazy stories. Some things that like definitely looking back, I'm like, wow, my 20-year-old self was just like thought she was invincible, and I feel like everybody kind of does that. I look back and I'm like, you really put yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
You really allowed yourself to do that. But I guess
you're like, not to victim blame here, but
yeah, but I am the dumb bitch that I was. There was a lot of sketchy shit and like a lot of fun shit, a lot of cool shit that I did while I was in Europe. And like, honestly, I feel like if anybody has a chance to study abroad, and I know that's like a very cliche thing, like you should do it. I was actually talking about with my mom.
I don't think it's a cliche thing to say, because I will say every single one of my friends who studied abroad has nothing but positive things to say about it. And also, like, it's not promoted enough when you're in college. No. So, like, unless you have people outside of that world telling you to do it, you probably won't do it. Because it's like, for me, the main reason I didn't study abroad is because I just was like kind of sketched out by it, because my school didn't ever talk about it. It was like out of nowhere. They're like, hey, you can do this for this semester. But there was no like, this is what to expect. No, this is like, what to do. Like, so I was just
there was no guidance. I had to do it all myself. And the only reason I decided that I wanted to was because at the time my best friend was from Europe, and she talks about it all the time. And I just like literally one day I decided I didn't want to swim, and that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, and that was just straight up it. Like how it all came to be, it did. I don't know. Yeah. But I would say definitely go do it. I don't think that there's any like harm in going to study abroad. I think that every person should do it. To be honest, no, I'm not privileged in that aspect. I literally left my school, lived with my parents, and served at a restaurant every single night of the week while going to school full time, so I could afford to go study abroad. So like, I don't want you to think that like I'm coming from like, well, your parents helped you pay for it. Like, no, I
just go.
Because that is a big thing. Like, there's a lot of people there where like mommy and daddy did fund their trip.
I feel like
and
that's
like,
probably the majority of people who
majority of it. But like for me, it was something that I really wanted to do, and I legit dropped my entire life and did that. Like completely changed schools, made new friends, like lived with my parents in college as a 19-year-old girl who, like, I'm sorry, who wants to do that when you just were at college for 2 years without them? So it's like, I did drop a lot of things and I sacrificed a lot of things to be able to do that, but like I would do it again in order to do what I did. So I guess a hostel story I'll say. So scary part of the night, there was, now France doesn't allow guns, but they have like sound guns. So it's like it looks like a gun, it sounds like a gun, but there's no like bullets in it.
No, that's so fucked.
It's not supposed to have bullets.
It's like a prop gun,
basically.
What?
Basically. So now this whole situation is really crazy, and I don't know everything because also it ended up being like in the French newspapers. Can't read French. Sorry about it. Can't do it. Like, doesn't say baguette. Don't know what you're saying. So me and my friends, we were in Nice, France, which is like a very posh area of France. It's on like the French Riviera. It's like a very touristy place, especially in the summer. Okay, they have like pebbled beaches and
it's like what's in the movies.
Yeah, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. So me and my two friends, we were there. It was the first night we were there, and we were sitting on the beach stones, whatever. We were enjoying a baguette, probably some McDonald's, because our favorite thing to do was eat McDonald's throughout Europe. Because McDonald's,
you have to when you're in a foreign
McDonald's
country.
In Europe is superior. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, eat it. It's so fucking good. And we had wine and whatever, just hanging out by the beach, enjoying our night. It was our first night in Nice. Loved it. We were like on like a 3 different destination little trip that we were going on. Okay? So this was like one of the 3 places we were going to. And as we're walking back, we're walking through the square, and these people were coming up from almost like a subway type,
like underground thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. And they're fighting with each other, fighting in French. Obviously, I don't know what they're saying.
Extra aggressive.
Yeah.
I feel like the French language was like, already sounds
a lot of spit was happening. A lot of things were going on, you know.
Yeah.
This one guy had like a merce.
They're like fencing each other with baguettes.
Yeah, exactly. One guy had like, they had like they had like a little
the twisty mustache and like little like red collar thing.
So there's 2 people walking up like this like underground stairwell type thing. One guy had a purse on basically, and they're just like going at each other. The one guy takes the other guy's head and smashes it into this railing,
Oh, nice.
The other guy whose head got smashed into the railing pulls out this like prop gun basically and starts like shooting it off. But he didn't start shooting it off at first. And I literally looked at my friends and I was like, he has a gun, no bullshit. He has a gun, no bullshit. And like me being me, they're like, you're being dramatic. He does not have a gun.
Right.
I was like, no, he 100% has a gun.
Yeah.
So us being
like, bitch, I'm from America. I've seen them.
But they're also from America.
They're in all of our schools.
But
we
like
know.
we were like, right,
we know all about them.
So like they start walking towards it because they were like, what's going on? I was like, bitch, I'm running. Also, this is the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Didn't work out for months. And I'm running away because he starts fucking shooting it off. Like all the glass, like it was like hysteria in the whole area. Like all the glass in that whole area got shattered. So that's how I'm like confused about it being like a prop gun. No one died or anything, like whatever. The guy who had the gun ends up running and he tried to go past our hostel as we're also running to the hostel.
Was it like an airsoft gun?
I guess so. I guess it was more like that.
Like a BB gun type
It had to have been because like how did the
glass...
glass...
had some sort of bullet.
Because how did the glass break?
Yeah,
but like yet no one died.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Not it was just a really bad shot.
Not on a typical American type thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're number one in one thing at least.
So it was like kind of early too, but we ended up like running back to the hostel because like we're afraid, right? And like that's the only place like we could technically retreat to.
Yeah.
Also right around the corner from where it all happened, the guy runs past the hostel. It's a whole fucking thing. It was kind of scary.
He just comes inside. He's like, oh no, that's my bed for the night.
So this being the thing, right? Facts. Yeah. And like we were actually.
Oh,
in,
you
like,
guys paid $15 too. Same.
We were in an all women's room this time.
You want to see my gun?
Just American things.
Yeah.
So
you guys are American, right? I can tell. Check this bad boy.
So I had to preface this whole story to understand like
the context,
the fear in which we were feeling this night. So of course like every person in this hostel is like using the Wi-Fi so that shit ain't working because we're all like calling home, like telling friends, like whatever.
I almost died.
Yeah, like this whole thing's like that was scary.
These mimes were fighting and they almost killed us.
I've never seen something like that crazy in real life.
Right.
Like
you're like, wait, did that actually just happen?
I'm gonna be completely honest to our French listeners. I love you, but like
ruined your experience.
I've had two, like in all of my travels, the two places I've been city-wise, Paris and Nice, I will never go to again because I've had the worst experiences there. In France, I almost got sex trafficked. No bullshit. And then there, I saw this. So anyway, you hear my hysteria. We're all on edge, whatever. So anyway, we all go up to our room. We're in bed. Everyone's kind of like, oh my God, were you here? Were we like? Everyone's like putting their stories together. I go to bed because that's just who I am. I put my headphones in. I had white noise playing. I had an eye mask on. I had shit over my head.
You may as well have been at the Ritz-Carlton.
I thought I was. Like I was out. Yeah. Okay. So this lady was having a manic episode in the room all night long. All night long, she was having a manic episode. I did not wake up one time. Not one time. I woke up to, like, I think it was 68 text messages from my friends in our group chat being like, fuck you, Kellen. Fuck you that you're asleep right now. Like, this is scary. I was like, at least they were awake.
Yeah.
Because something would have happened. This lady was having, like, a full-on mental breakdown, but also while sleepwalking, apparently. Like, she was, like, turning on.
She popped, like, 3 Ambient and, like, fell asleep but had a panic attack in her sleep. And, like, everybody's like, we can't stop her.
Right.
We literally can't.
Right, because also after everyone just witnessed this in the fucking town square, now this bitch is going a fucking fool. She's apparently
like in zombie mode. Like,
she legit was. Apparently, she, like, turned the shower on, never got in the shower. She was, like, turning on and off the lights everywhere, opening up doors, closing doors. And, like, in this hostel, we had our own bathroom and shower.
Took Ambien. This is like verbatim.
Bathroom and shower was connected to our room, so like we didn't have to go like out in the hallway, which you typically do in a hostel. And she was like going in and out of her suitcase, throwing stuff around, like going in and out for apparently hours.
Was she talking to anybody?
Yeah, she was like mumbling.
Oh, dude, she was definitely asleep.
Yeah, no, she was like asleep, but she was having like a panic attack and like going crazy. And like
one of my mom's friends, like she used to be prescribed Ambien and she had to tell her doctor like it wasn't working because she would do that in her sleep. And she would call my mom and her friends like while she was fully asleep. Yeah, because like she would be not cognizant but awake,
right? And there was
like doing crazy shit.
Apparently like a couple of the other girls, we didn't know these girls, like they were trying to like stop her but couldn't. She just like walked right by.
I gotta turn the shower on again. Get the fuck
no, she literally did like apparently like 7 times. I don't know though, because straight up,
you're just like,
I was snoozing.
Yeah.
I was snoozing.
You're like,
the next day my friends were like, we need naps. I was like, I'm good to go.
What do you mean? I'm literally
get it
so
together.
well
Get it
rested.
together.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I mean, that wasn't, I guess, an amazing story, but like,
yeah.
I mean, I have like fun stories about studying abroad, but like, since we were on the hostel talk, that was, yeah. Hostels are cool, but yeah, I would, if you're a travel agent, I actually want to hear your stories.
Yeah, or if you are like a well-traveled person.
Yeah,
like, what
I
are
love
some
it.
crazy stories? Or like, I think it's so funny and like entertaining to hear about like the crazy shit that happens on your trips, like the people that you meet. Like I have some friends who have like ran into like random ass celebrities like in the middle of nowhere before, and just like, I don't know, or just like crazy situations like you were talking about. Like my dad literally got pulled over in Mexico one time with my brother in the car. My dad didn't speak Spanish, but my brother speaks Spanish, and like my brother had to like translate for my dad to the police officer, basically being like, we're going to take you to jail unless you pay us.
Yeah.
And like that like was just like a crazy thing because my brother was like 12 at the time.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, that money.
Yeah. And my dad's sitting there like, what's he saying? And my brother's like, he needs $100. And my dad's like, what? I don't think those Spanish lessons are working because what the fuck?
No, I seriously feel like if you're like a well-traveled person, you have stories.
No, for
like,
days. And at the very least, you have some flying horror stories about like the crazy people you sit
by
or whatever.
I have some flying stories.
Yeah.
I have some. Listen, and like I studied abroad in Dublin, Ireland, so I wasn't in mainland Europe, which makes it harder to fly or harder to get around, so you have to fly everywhere.
Right, like you can't just like take the train.
Oh my god, the Irish in the morning.
Yeah.
Why are you wasted? It is 7 a.m., sir. I plan to sleep on this plane. But anyway, I have a lot of weird travel stories, which might be a fun episode one day, even though this kind of was partly that.
Yeah.
Anywho. Yeah. Thanks for letting me take over the podcast today, Emily.
You know what? Sometimes it's just nice to like hear stories.
It really went with our island drinks that we got from Jukes. So definitely check that out. It's going to be in our beacon, like Emily said. They're honestly really good. We really enjoy them.
Yeah.
I will say, they are a little apple cider heavy on some of the things. The red one wasn't as much.
Definitely acidic. Like if you don't do well with acid, like you get like heartburn easily, or like, I don't know, your teeth are sensitive, it might not be the greatest drink for you. But if you do good with apple cider vinegar, check it out. I mean, you do dilute it. You're not drinking it.
Yeah, you are diluting it. You're not drinking it straight. But I just want to put that as a disclaimer. If you don't like the taste of apple cider vinegar, these might not be for you. Yeah. But they're honestly really good. And Emily and I both believe that it's a great alternative for mocktails because we haven't found anything better. So yeah, we love them. So go check out Jukes in our beacon. That'll be linked there. But with that, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Society 97. My name is Kellen Redk. You can find me at Kellen Redk on Instagram.
And my name is Emily. I always forget. You just plug your Instagram. You gotta plug that TikTok more.
Listen, actually, I was gonna say this in the episode. I think I'm gonna start posting on TikTok, and I'm gonna start doing it in Cabo.
Okay.
That's my goal in Cabo.
Okay.
I'm gonna have the time. I'm gonna make content there.
We'll make some good content there.
So anyway, that is. Oh.
I think it's also Kellen Redk.
Oh.
Or it's just Kellen. I don't know.
It is Kellen N Red K. KELLENNREDK.
Well, there you go. Now she's on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Starnsy. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We're at Society97.pod on the gram. We are also on TikTok at Society97pod, where we post clips from the show and you get to see our beautiful faces.
And we also have our YouTube channel where we post vlogs every single Tuesday.
Yep.
And we also post the video version of the podcast every single Friday. So make sure you go subscribe to us there, turn on your post notifications, leave us a like and a comment, and we'd love to hear from you guys.
Yep.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye.